Well, this morning we are joined for an exclusive chat with the King of Pop's eldest son, that is Prince Michael Joseph Jackson Jr. Very, very good to see you. You go by the name of Prince. Very nice to see you there. It's 11 years since your dad died. How much do you miss him, Prince?
Greatly. I feel that the older I get, the more I get to unpackage the wisdom that he kind of left and all the experiences he imparted on us. And when I see them through a more mature perspective, it really, I'm just extremely grateful to have the life experiences with him that I did and the knowledge that he imparted on me. And every year I'm more appreciative of that. You can also expect that, you know, I miss him even greater because that's my father.
Yeah, well, our condolences to you. I know that they say time heals, but sometimes it takes an awful long time. But you talk about appreciating him and whatever, but being a Michael Jackson yourself, being the son of Michael Jackson, gosh, that must place an incredible burden, a sense of expectation on your shoulders when people meet you.
Most definitely. And I appreciate that you said being a Michael Jackson. Not a lot of people know that that's my name, and I'm very proud to share the same name as my father. And at that same, sharing that such a powerful name, you are correct that there is, I don't want to say a pressure or a weight because that gives a negative connotation, but there is this legacy that my father worked very hard to build and to maintain. And I feel that it's my position really in my life and with everything that I've been given that I just want to continue to expand that legacy, to improve it and to just bring it and keep it. Sorry, I'm running out of words, but I feel such a pride for it that I really just, it's his legacy. He worked so hard for it, and I'm here just to make it.
What are the things, Michael, that you take with you, going forward in your life, being in certain situations, that you remember your father? Can you hear his words, things that he told you to do in life? Definitely.
One thing for me is always, he wanted us to be the best at whatever it is that we did. And it's a form of motivation and a form of inspiration. It's no matter what you do or no matter how confident you feel that you did something, no matter how well you did something, my father would always say, that's great, but what's next? How can we make it bigger? How can we make it better? What are you going to learn from this experience and apply to improve the next one?
Yeah.
And so in everything that I do, whether that's charity, whether that's the music video production, it's always figuring out, maybe what I did was good the last time, it was all right, but I need to make it better and I need to make it the best. And it's always going to be like that. If one year is fantastic, the next year needs to be incredible.
Well, the incredible thing that you're involved in is called Heal Los Angeles. This is you. This is what you are about. This is what is defining you at the moment. How are you trying to heal Los Angeles? Tell us about that.
So Heal Los Angeles is a nonprofit that a friend of mine, John Mudo, and I started after we graduated from LMU together. And it's obviously inspired by my father's Heal the World Foundation. We figured that this is kind of my own path that I'm trying to make for myself here, as well as, like I said, expanding on my father's legacy of philanthropy. And so I figured that one of the best ways and that I could make a difference would be in a city that I care about, the city that I'm from. And I just feel such a sense of connection to this place and to the people here that this is the community that I felt I could enact the most good. And that's why it's called the Heal Los Angeles. My father is very adamant about children being the future, because if you just think about it, once they grow up, the life experiences that shape them are going to shape the future that they grow up in or that their kids grow up in. And it's very important for us to provide positive learning experiences, especially for the underserved communities in Los Angeles. I feel that I was very fortunate with such a unique upbringing that I had access to a lot of educational activities that a lot of less fortunate people don't have, but that doesn't make these educational activities any less important. So one of our biggest goal and our mission is to provide these less fortunate kids with skills and tools to become successful in life. Either that's hard education, such as like the traditional school system, or softer skills like financial literacy, table manners, However, whatever the community really needs, we are here to implement that.
And do they understand who you are, Michael? Do they talk to you about your dad, or do they just think you're this nice man, Michael, who helps them with your charity and your foundation?
Definitely. I mean, it goes without saying, my father's name and his reputation precedes any foot that I put in any door. And I always get a lot of, your father was a great man, and that it's so awesome to see you doing this. And that's another reason why I take a lot of pride in the philanthropic work that I do, is because it positively reflects his parenting abilities and his parenting skills and how he decided to raise us. And I just feel that, you know, without him, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. And I'm just trying to continue to show that appreciation and that gratitude by continuing his philanthropic work with the Heal Los Angeles Foundation.
But Michael, you know, by being involved with children in your father's name as well, that is a controversial issue, and not everybody, a lot of people will be sensitive to that, and at times you must face criticism. Do you feel, or how often are you in a position where you feel that you have to defend your father?
You know, I'm very appreciative of my father's fans, and they've just been very supportive of us. For me, I've been very focused on the Heal Los Angeles endeavor. I feel that there's a lot of people that need help, especially right now with the COVID-19 pandemic going on. There's a lot of underserved communities that don't have access to nutrition. There's a lot of healthcare heroes that we feel are not getting the appreciation that they need. So I've really focused, especially this year, on trying to really connect with the communities that we're trying to impact, and that's been the biggest focus for me.
Can we talk about your siblings, Paris and Bijou, or Blanket as we knew him? How close are the three of you? How often do you see each other? And how often do you talk about, you know, the very unconventional, I suppose, upbringing that you all had with your father?
So we're very close. That unconventional upbringing, I feel, only really tightened our bond as siblings. You know, siblings are just, you're tight no matter what. But the way we grew up and the way we kind of interact with each other, there is an unspoken bond where we can almost like read each other's thoughts or like body language. I try to speak with my family all the time. They give me life. You know, my sister is really focused on her career and her music, and I'm so proud of her and all the strides that she's making. And my brother, every time I have a conversation with him, he impresses me with how intelligent he is, the way in which he words his sentences, his thought process. And, you know, I wouldn't say that we always talk about the unique childhood that we have, but it's always about working together and how can we either help each other, how can we collaborate with each other, and how can we just push each other up and make each other better.
Well, you're the Jackson 3 as opposed to the Jackson 5 there. I've got to ask you, Michael, are you musical?
No, unfortunately not at all.
But Paris is. Haven't you directed her music video?
Yes, we just produced her first, I guess, music video, or her entrance into this entertainment industry. I'm very proud of her. That was such an experience to be able to work with my sister on. It was a grueling 4 days of a music video. Most music videos aren't filmed in the way that we do them, with a cinematic theme, kind of inspired by my father's like long form music videos or short film music videos. So it was such a learning experience, you know, and I was just so proud and honored to see my sister's art kind of come to life. And I was just amazed that I could be a part of that and really bring that vision to life.
Well, if Paris has got the singing talent, you say you haven't. Did you get the dancing talent?
Not at all.
Oh.
The position I feel is I'm there to protect my siblings and all their creative endeavors. I love the business and the background side of things and really putting together deals. So I just want to make sure that all my close people that I love and care, that anybody wants to really engage in the creative entertainment industry, is got their I's dotted and their T's crossed.
Well, I'm following you on Instagram at Prince Jackson. It's been a pleasure talking to you. You're a very upbeat, positive guy. Is that a fair description of you?
Thank you. I appreciate that description. I try to be. I think it's a choice. I believe it was on your last section. You know, you can choose to be happy, you can choose to be sad, and nobody should choose to be sad. You know, I wake up every morning. I try to just take the day with gusto.
I'm sure you are sad you don't have your father anymore. But what do you think he would think now of you, Paris and BG?
I'd like to think he'd be very proud of the milestones that we've made, you know, both individually and collectively as siblings. But at the same time, he was always pushing us to be better and to do better. And that's in all elements, you know, in all aspects of our lives. So I always can hear him kind of in the back of my head, you know, what's next? How can you do that better? Or, you know, what's going to be bigger than this? So I think he'd be proud, but he would also want us to be focused, laser focused as far as what's the next steps in our life.
Well, Michael Jackson Jr., pleasure to talk to you. Good luck with your foundation, your charity, Heal Los Angeles, and thank you for telling us all about it.
Good to talk to you.
Thank you.